Nobody wants to see this case solved more than Gus's mum and dad, the police officers who have been dedicated to the investigation, and every person who was involved in the initial search. There's a strong emotional investment in coming to a resolution for this particular investigation.
7 News can exclusively reveal the arrested grandparent of Gus Lamont is accused of possessing an illegal gun silencer.
Wow, what are you doing with a silencer?
I got nightmares in my head, I fear thoughts build up until I can't feel. My mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear.
This channel incorrectly reported yesterday that the charge was related to a sawn-off shotgun. I've heard that there's actually a .22 caliber rifle that may be sawn off, but the silencer, of course, is a lot more serious.
That's right, Will. This is an aggravated offence, so the maximum penalty is a lengthy stint behind bars. Josie Murray was arrested on Monday after major crime police returned to the homestead near Yunta, where the 4-year-old disappeared almost 5 months ago.
Now, according to the advertiser, Ms. Murray, 75, was charged with 1 count of acquiring, owning or possessing a sound moderator, that's also known as a silencer, that fits onto one of her guns. Police revealed that on Wednesday. The aggravated offence could result, as you heard, in a $75,000 fine or up to 15 years jail time. Well, that is serious. Back to the advertiser, on Monday, police arrested Ms. Murray and charged her with firearms offences, the details of which were not previously reported. Police have said it is unrelated to Gus's disappearance and also unrelated to an incident in October in which Ms. Murray reportedly brandished a shotgun while confronting a Daily Mail reporter. Now, the police can theoretically use this as leverage in the sense that they can possibly offer the grandparent a concession if information is provided that helps in the search for Gus. On the other hand, this could be used to hold and even incarcerate Ms. Murray. More than likely, a fine will simply be paid in this instance. Now, in the Amanda Knox case, what is seldom appreciated is that Knox didn't serve prison time for a crime she didn't commit, but for another crime she did commit, slander. Knox has tried to have that charge against her dismissed without success. In any event, this particular charge means the police have some potential leverage over the situation, but it also begs the question, what on earth are you doing with a silencer on a farm? And why on earth do you need a silencer? And where does it come from? It also raises the question, if there is more than one firearm on the premises, and there are these sorts of devices that form part of the arsenal, were they properly kept under lock and key? Where were they kept, and could a 4-year-old have unwittingly gotten his hands on one?
She drove herself to the local police station where she was charged with a firearms offence. 7 News can exclusively reveal that charge is 1 count of possession of a sound moderator that fits onto one of her guns.
Meanwhile, did you know during yesterday's search, despite the use of a specialist cadaver dog, well, it was unsuccessful. But that search also incidentally involved looking inside mine shafts like this one. If I may say, doesn't it seem oddly appropriate that Josie owns a silencer? Because certainly if you look at the way that Daily Mail reporter was treated, with Josie roaring at her while holding a firearm, and one of the things that she shouted was, "Shut your mouth." It feels like there is a kind of silencing aspect to this particular personality, this particular dominant personality, doesn't it? And so it kind of raised the question, who runs the show here? Who calls the shots? Who does all the talking in this case? In a lot of the footage, we see one person waving arms, waving hands, pointing in certain directions, seemingly directing the officers, while all these other people, the biological mother, Shannon, who was the last person to see Gus, seemed to be in the background, silent, looking on.
I've asked him to leave. I've asked him to leave. Out! You are trespassing. Get out!
I'm so sorry.
Get out! Are you deaf?
Okay. I was leaving.
Get out!
I was leaving.
Shut your face and get out!
I beg your pardon, it's not shut your mouth, it's shut your face. Well, this case is certainly turning out to be full of surprises, isn't it? Just a reminder, if you're finding my coverage interesting and worthwhile, please do subscribe. I do see the numbers dropped from 80% not subscribed to 76%. Still a lot of you who aren't subscribed. If you're one of them, please do hit the subscribe button. If you're finding this analysis worthwhile, you can hit the thanks button. And then just a reminder, there's another missing person search, this one involving an actual abduction that is taking place on the other side of the world in Tucson, Arizona. It's very high profile, bumper to bumper, wall to wall coverage in the USA. Today is day 18 since 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, mother of the famous host of the Today Show, Savannah Guthrie, was violently abducted from her home in the Catalina Foothills, not far from the Mexican border. There's a lot of mystery surrounding this case. It's very unusual because someone seems to have taken this woman and they aren't even asking for a ransom. So a very real question is why? What is the motive behind this particular case? And it's really confounding a lot of people. So that is a developing story that we are covering on a daily basis on this channel. So another reason to perhaps subscribe, because I will be covering that case a little bit later today on this channel as well. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.